Prepare to enter the extraordinary world of...
The Federal Trade Commission says it gets 10,000 complaints a month from that's one agency, 10,000 complaints. $15 million has gone into scams where people getting calls thinking it's the IRS. And I told you there was this system called TrapCall that can help you. This is the general manager of TrapCall. Protects consumers from IRS scams and other things. Ethan Garr, by the way, here's the weird thing. Ethan, you're located in New Jersey.
I am, yes.
which is where all the scam calls are coming from.
Well, I promise you it's not me making them.
Okay. Hey, could you get off? Are you on a speakerphone? Could you get off speakerphone?
I'm not on a speakerphone,
okay,
no.
There you go. Get right in. All right. Anyway, Ethan, tell these people what TrapCall is, because it's one of the things that came out of this story. Anyone who's getting these scam calls from the IRS, if they use TrapCall, what happens? And to explain how this system works.
Sure. So TrapCall helps people feel secure by stopping blocked call phone harassment. So if you're seeing on your phone no caller ID, blocked caller, unknown call, what TrapCall can do is actually take that call and unmask it. We can tell you who's calling from behind that blocked call number. And then we provide other tools which also are valuable for people being affected by these scams, such as that we have a very good blacklisting tool that can blacklist any phone number, not just blocked calls. And we also have name and address caller ID lookup, so we can help you really know exactly who's calling. And that's our goal, is to help customers feel secure by really taking control of their phone, letting them see who's behind those calls.
All right, let me go down the list, because you just said, wow, I didn't know it did all these things. One, if I have a blocked call coming at me and I have TrapCall, I have your system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do I get this, by the way? Then I'll ask you again, because I want to make sure it doesn't like I just put in my iPhone, or I can put in my home, or how do we get this?
So TrapCall is available on mobile phones with the 5 major carriers. So T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, Metro PCS, and actually 6 carriers, US Cellular as well. So what you do is you go to TrapCall.com or the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and you would download the TrapCall app, and you essentially activate it on your phone. So what we do is we help you set up what happens to your calls when you send them to voicemail. So if you we have you dial a couple of codes, and once you do that, if you get a blocked call, if it comes into you, what you'll do is you'll decline the call, which won't hang up on it. Well, it'll actually point it. It'll send it to us. We'll unmask the call in real time, and we'll ring your phone back with the unmasked number, so
wow.
You can see who's behind. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow. Isn't that sort of now, because people like myself, who I'm not a scam artist, nor do I want to be one, but sometimes be quiet, Buzz. I am not a scam artist. But I will say this, that sometimes I don't want you to know my phone number. So when I call you, I don't want you to call me back ever. I don't want you to have my phone number. Isn't that if you have this function on your phone so they could have my phone number?
Right. So definitely there are edge cases where there are people who really are blocking their calls for legitimate reasons.
Yes.
But the vast majority of people who are using that blocked call function, dialing *67 in your number, the vast majority are using it not for the reasons you're using it, but because they want to
scam
deceive you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But still, so I do dial *67 if I don't want someone to trace my number back to me, *67, and that works. But you're saying if I dial *67 and you had TrapCall, your service, on your phone, you could still get my number.
That's correct.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Excellent.
That's wow. Johnny Missile. Consumer Patriot. Now, wait a minute. I hate this service. Hold on a minute. Wait a second. I'm trying to save America from these completely psychotic scam calls. I mean, this guy, you should have seen this guy, man, Ethan. He wasn't like, oh, yeah, they called me. I didn't know what to do. I called the police. And, these people are getting bilked and all the time. And it's not just IRS calls. That's happening this week. It's all kinds of harassing calls that elderly people are falling for.
Yeah, I mean, people are calling people saying it's their, calling an elderly person saying it's their son and they're in another country without, and they've lost their wallet, and scamming. I mean, it's as personal for us. Block caller harassment and caller harassment in general is as personal as a crazy ex-girlfriend or a boyfriend calling you in the middle of the night, to as annoying as a telemarketer, to as dangerous as these scams, and some of these scams, I mean, these people, they work on quantity. They figure, they'll call 1,000 people and 999 of them will hang up, but they make a lot of money off that one. It's worth it to call another 1,000 more.
Right. It's unbelievable. All right. So TrapCall functions, number one, block call. They'll take the block call. They'll get it back. Right.
And you're like just collateral damage, a legitimate person who doesn't want their number out.
Right. You can do that. That's what he's saying. I don't want that, but I'll have to live with that to get to the bad people. I'm going to live with that to get to the bad people.
Damage.
What's the next thing you do? You said there were 4 different functions. What are they? Number one, block calls. Got it. What else?
Okay, so we have a great blacklisting feature. So whether it's a block call or not, if the IRS isn't going to call you. You can be pretty sure that that's not how they're going to communicate with you.
Never. They will never call you.
So if you're seeing a number that's a spoof number, if you're seeing a number that you don't trust, you can block that number. And what will happen is if that person calls again, you'll do the same thing. You'll decline them. It'll say unknown, but when you decline them, we'll unmask it. And this time we'll play a message for them that says your phone has been disconnected.
Okay.
And people, which is, a very good deterrent. No one's going to keep calling you if they think your phone is disconnected.
So I can use that, Ethan, I can use that with telemarketers. People who call me, I mean, I'm telling them 10 a day, nonstop. Boom, 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 boom.
Absolutely, and we also provide name and address caller ID. So if the information is available on our databases, what we can do is we send you a text and an email with enhanced caller ID information. So not just the phone number, but actually the name and address of the person behind it.
Holy smokes, this is getting better.
Whatever happened to the don't call list?
The do not call registry. It definitely it's got the right spirit. But the reality is the people who use, the people who are bothering you on the phone, they have a lot of incentive, like I said, to call you, especially the scam artists. Legitimate companies will respect the do not call registry, but the vast majority of these calls are not, they're not legitimate.
It doesn't work,
and they just don't, and they don't care, and they know that the odds of them being prosecuted are very slim. I mean. You're seeing a lot about the IRS scam. You're not seeing a lot about the catching perpetrators and putting them in jail. It's just, and I don't think it's the authorities' fault. I think it's just they're very hard to track down, and it's very hard to figure out who they are.
Well, this is good for your business, TrapCall. You're the guy that came up with TrapCall, the general manager of TrapCall. I don't know if you came up with it or not, but you're running that place. TrapCall, unmask the caller behind block calls. All right, so reveals. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't come up with it, but I work with a fantastic team, and we have a fantastic customer support, tech support department that, we stand by the product and we really try. Our goal is to help people.
All right. Well, so we got the reveals block calls, blacklisting feature, name and address. There was one more you said. I thought, wow, what was it? There was one more thing TrapCall did. What was it?
I'll give you 2 more. The one is I won't say that it's hugely helpful in terms of the IRS scam, but we do voicemail transcription. So when you get a voicemail, we'll transcribe it into a text message as well, so that if you're in a meeting or a noisy theater, you're being interviewed on the radio, you can read your emails without being disturbed.
Somebody leaves a voicemail message for you, and they transcribe it, and you send it to your email.
Right. And then finally, we have for our ultimate users, we have a call recording feature. So if you're being harassed, you can actually record the incoming calls, and which, if you have to go to the local authorities, will help you in your case.
This is fantastic.
Play it on the radio.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to use that here on this show, but I will use that for other things. I'm going to use it for block calls, blacklisting, name and address ID, voicemail transcript, call recording feature. I might use that. And I'm going to tell you something else that's really annoying. I should just play my messages right now. I am not kidding you, Ethan. I get a call maybe twice a day. I told you about the telemarketers. I get twice a day from my dentist's office, reminding me that I've missed my appointment. I would love to jack with that guy.
He just cares really about your hygiene.
Thank you. So this IRS scam thing that happened to me, that I uncovered with my taxi guy over the weekend, has really led us to TrapCall and led us to talking to you. And sounds like you got a nice product there, and the best of luck to you. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate the opportunity to be on your show. I hope we can help your customers as well, your audience as well.
My customers, yes. TrapCall.com, TrapCall.com. Download the app in Google Play or the Apple App Store. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan Garr. I'm going to get that. Keep me from hearing stuff like...
This message is intended for This is Cheryl Park from the Internal Revenue Service. This message is to inform that you have a warrant on your name and there are some severe charges which are being pressed against you. So if anything goes wrong, I urge you to give me a call in my callback number, which is 347-741-8614. I repeat, 347-741-8614. Once again, this is Cheryl.
There it is. That's the scammy that my cabbie got. IRS will never call you. They'll never email you. Never.
And if anything goes wrong, she is the last person you should be calling.
You do not want to call whoever the hell that was calling out of New Jersey. But if you had TrapCall, you'd know about it. They'll send you a letter in the mail. They'll say that you owe some taxes, but they'll never demand an immediate payment or require you to wire money. If you know someone that's getting scammed or has been scammed or said they got a call from the IRS, they did not.